Hi, welcome to the channel, TrainStation 2. Alright, that competition has started and I think it's going to be tough with all this rich jam players, or you call it jammers. Alright, so what's going to happen is that this is the preparation stage before the start of the third competition. But really wanted to avoid all those jammers. But unfortunately, I think the game is always like that. They always like to put jammers with you. So the last competition we lost to Kalaji. I was praying that we don't have Kalaji on board again. But unfortunately, Kalaji came on board and as usual, jamming all the way. And I believe probably as well with really good capacity trains and probably double factories. I don't know. But apparently, based on the starting and eventually you can see at the ending of it, it's really fast that he's managed to pick up in terms of those EPs. So I doubt we will be able to get good ranking in this third competition. So far, we have already achieved 2 seconds for the first and second competitions. So in that context, we are able to save about 500 summer coins. We need another 500 more. Of course, if we are lucky, we get second here, and the next one, the second, we'll get that train already. But we all know that it's not as easy as we wished for. Apparently, what's going to happen is that I think being on the top 5 for this would be lucky. So it's not so easy because I really do not have much gems. And I think it's going to be really tough. So let's take a look at the preparation work I've done. In the previous video, I also mentioned to you about the 99% strategy. I hope you get it. Apparently just a very short one, just in case anyone have not seen the previous video whereby I explained about a 99% strategy. Try to keep your last job undone, i.e. do not complete a 25/25 so you can stay at 99%. Apparently once you hit into round 2, I believe some of you may have already experienced that. I have already 2 jobs that is in round 2. The EP starting for 1/25 is 20 EP, but the quantity is 400 plus. So the quantity has been indeed higher and EP has been miserable. Apparently you need to climb the ranks again in terms of the EP. 1/25 is the lowest and 25/25 is the highest. In between, I think 20 to 25/25, there will be 64 EP jobs. I believe there will be one, I think, in the 22nd or 23rd, I can't recall. But there'll be another one on 25/25. In between them, there'll be 40 plus EP jobs as well. But along the way, from 1/25 onwards, you'll be getting like 20 EPs or 20 plus EPs, which is really tiny. But a lot of quantities need to be done. But that's only when you went into the second round. But what will going to happen is that eventually, when you have complete 100%, all the jobs delivery would have an added percentage that you need to deliver. So that's why completing 100% is a killer. Try not to do that, and probably with people that is really anxious to complete 100% of the event map, we may basically have a comparative edge over them when we have the subsequent competitions. I'm hoping to see some in this competition already, but like I said, even though they may be disadvantaged by the fact that they have lots of quantities to be delivered, I believe they would have equal amount of gems to spare and hence able to do well as well. I believe for Android players, if you are one, you're really lucky. You may play games, and some games may give you like hundreds or as high as 1,000 gems. I've seen players who actually post in Facebook, so they mentioned they got 900 gems and whatnot. But for Apple players, unfortunately, you are just getting 1, 2, or even less than 10 gems from those stupid surveys. For me, in my region, I can't even do surveys, so there's no way I can earn any extra gems at all, but only by watching those video for 1 gem at a time. And of course, what I really look forward actually is the rewards that gives gems. So that's how I save my gems, and I really hope to get this done and over with, this 1,000 summer coins train, because I think legendaries are really hard to come by. What I'm trying to do really is to see whether I can save it up if I am able to cross that 400 mark in the levels. Right, currently it's 380. I still got 20 more levels to go. I'm trying to see whether the remaining period of time of this event am I able to cross over to the next region? If so, I'll exchange the new trains, i.e. the event trains, the legendaries, epic, rare, or even the common, only in the new region itself. So with that, I will have a good start in a new region. Unlike when I start in Russia, it was really painful. All the trains were really tiny with 4 capacity and whatnot. Those were the times that you really don't feel like playing at all, because imagine this. If you have 400 quantities to deliver, if a 4 capacity train, you basically have to deliver 100 times, and I think that's almost impossible. But if you have legendaries, especially those event legendaries, you have 40 capacity as a start. That's a different story altogether, especially when you have 2 in a new region. And of course, along the way, I'm bringing along those keys. So along the way, I may be able to open a few bit of containers. I think at least 55 as of now. I'm going to open all the probably 100 key container. For that, there's a bit of 2 school of thoughts. One, should we spend everything on the 100 key container, or should we spend all the keys on the 200 keys container? So if you look at the description of the containers, you'll realize that actually all this is about probability. Of course, they did mention that the 200 keys container would have a higher probability of you getting higher quality trains like rare and above. But in Russia, my experience with the 200 keys container is that most of the time I get common as well, similar to what I'm getting with the 100 key containers. So in other words, actually, it's just a matter of luck. I did achieve 100 key containers legendary trains as well. So what I'm trying to say is that in terms of probability, in terms of the system, 200 keys container seems better off. But if you come from mathematical point of view, there's 2 chances versus 1 chance. I think generally that may actually even out. But it's a matter of luck. For me, like I used to say, if I bring across 3,000 those keys, I will apparently probably actually use it on half-half, or majority on the 100 key container. That's the reason why I said spending a 100 key container sometimes just gives you the excitement, of course, in opening containers, but also the fact that you get more trains, and there will still be chances, because if you're opening like 50 over 100 key container, I bet we should have at least a legendary, epic, or rare all in it. Alright, so that's also the reason why probably I'm going to try it on 100 key containers. And of course, if you manage to collect more trains, you do not need to suffer the consequences of having to play the Seaport event and hoping for a new train. So people who are unfamiliar with the Seaport event, it happens like twice a year on the fancy or on the liking of the developer, wherever they want to release it. So in that, it's also a luck effect. If you fulfill that Seaport event, you get those Seaport points and whatnot. You got to open an all region container. For me, I'm always eyeing for the region 1 because I'm missing that legendary, just one of it there, and I'm always getting the other legendary and not the one that I'm missing. So again, it's a matter of luck. It's about probability. And of course, there are apparently really brilliant ideas from so-called friends in this YouTube channel, where they mentioned that why not have an event whereby there will be basically the choice of trains that we wanted from the rewards itself. But as I said, this is great for us, but not for the developer, because developer doesn't want you to get the train, so you can actually spend extra money to buy that train or buy gems to get the train. So in other words, whatever is your liking or in your favor is definitely not the idea of the developer, because they just want you to spend real money. Otherwise, what's the purpose of developing a game after all? And they need maintenance. So I mean, for free to play, I mean, we really got to thank those pay to win, basically those gemmers, for maintaining the game expenses, so they continue to have a free game. So yes, you may be frustrated sometimes to play with them, but I think nonetheless it's a matter of time that we will get what we wanted. Alright, so always try. I'll wait for trains to come back of the best capacity, to send out, so that you can maximize each trip and to reduce the dispatcher required. Alright, so let's quick check on the ranking chart, and of course you can see here second, but it's not long. Take a look at the next one. Alright, thank you for watching. Do like and subscribe. Goodbye.